Hello, this is Daniel Ibáñez from University of Southampton, and I will present our paper, A Comparison of Dataset Search Behavior of Internal versus Search Engine Referred Sessions. Dataset search is often the first step of data-centric tasks like decision-making, process improvement, and data journalism. Data is currently available on repositories like corporate data catalogs, the web, and open data portals. Previous user studies have found that people search for data using three strategies: social or direct request to someone or some institution the user might know have the data they need, using a general search engine like Google or Bing, or using a data catalog or portal that has its own search affordances. In this paper, we studied differences between dataset search in a general search engine versus dataset search on a data catalog or portal, asking the following research questions. What behavioral patterns do we find? How do they vary according to strategy? What strategy leads to more success? What strategy uses more keywords and facets once there is in the data catalog or portal? And what user profiles in data portals? How do they vary according to strategy? Our methodology was session log analysis. We analyzed the log from the European data portal, now known as data.europa.eu. This portal indexes metadata from European open data portals, providing a single point of access to all European public sector data. We used a timeframe of 1 year from April 2018 to April 2019. And we filtered sessions that had at least one dataset related action, search or a dataset page. In total, our corpus had 236,441 sessions. We partitioned the session log in three subsets matching the strategies of interest. Internal search sessions, sessions where the initial action is not dataset related, might be the home page or dataset search home, but that at some point do a dataset search or visit a dataset page. External search sessions are those where the initial action is referred by a web search engine, a search engine result. Someone that searched on Google, for example, and got a result that then lead them to a search engine result page of data.europa.eu. Finally, external dataset sessions were the same as external search sessions, but the first action is a dataset page, not a SERP page. Of course, we have the limitation that we don't have data on this part. We don't know what the user was doing while it was on the web search engine. To answer our first research question about behavioral patterns, we use a method called alphabet encoding, where actions in the sessions are assigned a symbol in an alphabet to create words. And on these words, you can apply algorithms normally used for gene sequencing or text analysis to extract common patterns and their frequency. We could only extract a few short common patterns because our corpus had too many short sessions. For internal sessions, we discovered one pattern that was probably induced by the interface design and another that indicates engagement with non-dataset sections of the portal. For external SERPs, the patterns we found just indicate that the SERP tag was highly ranked by web search engines. Finally, for external datasets, the successful flow was the most common pattern. To answer RQ2 and RQ3, we use download as a proxy of success, the chi-square statistical test, and Kramer's V for correlation strength. This is the contingency table used for calculating chi-square for each association of interest. For session type versus success, we found a statistically significant but weak association. Looking at the numbers here that represent the difference with the expected value should the variables were independent, we can interpret or suggest a further hypothesis that said landing is less successful. With respect to the association between session type and use of facets, we found statistically significant with moderate strength. Once again, looking at numbers here, we interpret or go with a further hypothesis that people landing on a dataset page do not use further search affordances. To mine user profiles, we used clustering, First, codifying sessions as a vector of 12 components, detailed here and on the paper, and then computing k-madoids clustering with Euclidean distance for a range between 3 and 10, and returning the value of k with the highest average silhouette value. We found differences in cluster across session types, but in the interest of time I will show you only 3 highlights. You can consult full details on the paper. We found a profile that we labeled as diggers, characterized by longer than median sessions, a combination of keywords and facets, and lots of inspection of dataset pages and search results. We also found that the percentage of diggers decreases or varies according to session time. We had many of them for sessions that started in the portal, but less and less of them depending on the type of external search session. We also found a profile of people that visited non-dataset sections, consistent with our findings in RQ1, but we only identified them in internal sessions. The final highlight is that external dataset sessions are a binary affair. 60% of them are bounces or near bounces, people that only just make 1 or 2 clicks and then leaves. And 32% are people that do 2 or 3 clicks more before actually downloading the dataset, then leaving. Only a very low percentage of these sessions actually keep the. Our results suggest that there are differences between searching in a general search engine and on a data catalog or portal. As users coming from web search engines tend to not continue searching the portal, it will be interesting to explore changes of the interface according to the user's provenance. This may include a request to share the previous search history on the web search engine to use as input for the retrieval algorithm of the portal. As facet usage is common in diggers, facet suggestions would be an interesting alternative to explore there as well. Finally, as section switchers exist, some effort should be put into understanding what are their broad information needs or if they are just exploring the capabilities of the portal. As future work, we would like to drill down the diggers and characterize possible tasks that they were doing in the portal. We would also like to compare with national and regional portals to see if there are any differences in behavior and check if the facet usage matches those of other verticals. Finally, we would like to extend our methodology and use studies that are closer to the human focus than log analysis. Thank you for your attention and happy to take questions.